The Dog Handlers Academy of the Hungarian Police is the legal successor of the dog training school organised in 1948, assuring the continuity of the dog's educating and training work in Hungary. Over the past more than 4 decades, our educational establishment developed into the dog training centre of the Hungarian Police, as a result of the assiduous and professional work of its instructors and dog handlers of repute. For the Hungarian Army and Police, we have trained dog handlers and guarding, patrolling and tracking dogs, dogs for rescuing, odour identifying, drug, explosive and corpse searching, as well as dog handlers and instructors for special duties. We have organised the continuous refresher training of the dogs and dog handlers, the aptitude and performance test of dogs and its qualifications. We hope that our film will arouse your interest and a good trade cooperation will be established between our institutes. In our institution, we organise training and refresher training in 18 branches a year for the police, army, frontier guards, custom guards, law enforcement agencies, and in special cases for national and foreign organisations. These courses last from 6 weeks to 6 months, depending on the complexity of the task. In a given training period, we can accommodate 150 dog handlers. In the different courses, 450 to 500 dog handlers and dogs are trained yearly. In the short refresher training, 1 to 4 weeks each, 400 dog handlers and dogs can be educated every year. Our teaching and training staff, as well as our accommodation capacity, permits the following courses to be organised in a year. 2 courses for tracking dogs, 2 for odour identifying dogs, 4 for drug searching dogs, 2 for explosive searching dogs, 2 for patrol dogs, 4 for guarding dogs, 2 for other special searching dogs, and 4 for dog instructors. After inspecting our institute's work, you'll be undoubtedly convinced of our skill, which guarantees the efficiency of our dog teaching and training work. Our students are familiarised with the fundamentals of veterinary, kinology, anatomy, ethology, training methodology, employment tactics, and also the methods of care, attendance, and proper feeding of dogs. Adjusting our benevolent but consequent training methods to the characters of dogs assures that the police dogs trained by us perform their duties orderly, precisely, and affectionately for their master. An important element of the dog training is the play, the formation of the emotional relation between the dog and its master, that is the preliminary condition to the successful official application of dogs. As a result of our work, based upon the several thousand-year-old connection between man and dog, the dog's devoted affection for and voluntary association with man, our dogs lend us irreplaceable help by their skill, courage and speed in the century of the advanced technology too. Taking advantage of the dog's keen senses, the police and security forces can use a living instrument for effective completion of their tasks. The ability of trained dogs for guarding, attacking and smelling permits their application in police and security work to increase the effectiveness, to guard the physical safety of the persons on duty, furthermore to search, capture and identify criminals. The police dogs have an important role in the protection of law and order, in guarding the borders, in criminal investigation and drug control. In our institute, drug searching dogs have been trained since 1976, and in the last years we were also active in the training of drug identifying dogs. Our training methods are similar to those of other countries, utilising the playful, pertinacious, searching, investigating capabilities of dogs. On the basis of the experiences gained in former years, we make the dogs acquainted with the odour of hashish, heroin, cocaine and amphetamine, even at the early stages of their training. In this manner, the smell images of these important 4 drugs will be fixed in the dog's memory. After the basic exercises, we switch over to situation exercises. The dogs are trained in and accustomed to such real environments in which they will later work. The scenes of training will be selected in such a way that the disturbing odors will be present in their amount, type and intensity as much as possible, so the dogs can be made indifferent to these influences. At our school, the training of drug-searching dogs is organized in 3.5-month courses in groups of 6 to 7. Besides the training in groups, we also accept dogs to be trained for drug and explosive searching, smell identifying and other tasks. One of the most important results of the extensive research performed by the kinologists of the school in the last few years is the elaboration of an indirect signaling system, through help of which the efficiency of drug searching and indicating dogs can be multiplied in comparison with the traditional method adopted throughout the world. The basis of the new method is that the taking of samples is accomplished from the air volume of closed objects, with conventional vacuum cleaners slightly altered to this task. The air sample is pumped through a previously deodorized textile material, having good odor-binding power, which is placed in the vacuum cleaner. This textile material absorbs the scent molecules from the air. In this way, the odor can be stored in a glass jar and transmitted to the central unit's scent-identifying dogs. Therefore, rather than the dog being transported to the source of the odor, the conserved odor is transported to the dog. A drug-identifying dog specially trained to these identifying techniques is able to signal by lying down any conserved odor sample placed among deceptive scents with an accuracy of 90 to 94%. The worldwide multiplication of terrorist attacks demand the use of explosive and mine-searching dogs by the police and security forces, apart from the traditional bomb disposal techniques and procedures. The training and employment of the explosive searching dogs has a long tradition and an established methodology in many countries, including Hungary. Our training methods are similar to those of other countries, but we begin the training of the explosive searching dogs by using the complex scent mentioned above. The control of unknown and suspicious vehicles demands utmost caution and patience from dog handlers. Since we have any analytical method and instrument having 100% reliability for the searching of explosives, we can get help only from the living scent analysts, the biological detectives. Therefore, the research work searching for new methods has an important role in our activity. At present, the use of specially trained searching dogs is indispensable throughout the world. Realizing this, the instructors of our institution put much effort into the training of the explosive searching dogs in order to increase their effectiveness and to discover new methods for their use. At the scenes of crimes, the scenes of crime officer and the tracking dog handler have an important role in the work of the investigating team. The duty of the scenes of crime officer is to search and preserve the offender's smell traces before securing other traces. This procedure has been routinely used by the Hungarian police for 2 decades as a special identification method. To preserve the offender's smell traces, we use a textile material or cloth which has a high absorbing capacity. Smell traces can be found in all places and on all objects touched by offenders. These smell traces can be reliably preserved with the help of a method we've worked out. The preserving of smell traces doesn't influence the subsequent dactyloscopical, chemical and forensic scientific examination of the traces. The smell-preserving cloth must be kept on the supposed smell trace for a minimum of 30 minutes, even in the optimal circumstances, so that the trace, covered with an aluminium foil, will be protected against disturbing odors and other possible stains. The cloth must be placed in a prepared, air-proof glass jar using previously deodorized metal tweezers. The closed glass jars provide opportunity to preserve the secured smell for years. The verification of the conserved smell is accomplished by the scenes of crime officer. The work of the traditional tracking dog is indispensable in the investigating work nowadays too. The tracking dog's duty is to search and track the smell trace of the offender, and in this manner to give an opportunity for the investigating authorities to draw conclusions concerning the personal identity, the path left by, and whereabouts of the offender. The aim of the identification of the conserved body odour samples is to identify the offenders. The identification of the individual body odour samples can be performed by the investigating authorities in two ways: by comparison of smell traces secured at the scenes of crime, or by the comparison of odour samples of suspects with smell traces secured at the scenes of crime. For the police authorities, the identification of odours gives such information by which the guilt of suspects can be confirmed or the suspects can be exempt of suspicion. The smell identifying dog is a very efficient tool in the criminal investigation. If the illustration of our methods has aroused your interest, we would hand over our experiences to you with pleasure. The smell identification must be executed at least 5 times with the use of disturbing smells, negative identifications, and a change in the location of the smell conserves. The dog must indicate the identity of the smells by lying down. The increase of shooting skill and the teaching of secure and precise use of weapons play a key role in our courses. The dog handlers take part in live shooting tests together with their dogs using real situations and animation films in an audio-visual shooting room. As a result of common shooting tests, the dog handlers are able to use both their dogs and their firearms efficiently in the course of unexpected events. We have started the implantation of microchips in the police dogs, allowing the immediate identification of the dogs and the development of national system for the computerized registration of police dogs. A well-equipped veterinary hospital is functioning in our institute. Our vets also perform the preventative work on our dogs and take part in the treatment of the dogs of the police and the dogs of other cooperative organizations. During the off-training period, the dogs are fed cooked food. The trained dogs, dogs on duty, and the strained dogs are fed with internationally acknowledged mixed nutriments. Our kennels and dog districts are suitable for the undisturbed rest and regeneration of dogs needed after training and working. Well-qualified, internationally known instructors teach self-defense and one-on-one fighting to our students. They regularly take part in police competitions, the results of which justify the importance of conditioning. Our sports grounds and conditioning room provide opportunity for our students and instructors to do sports, bodybuilding, and to advantageously spend their free time. Our students keep the kennels in order, make them tidy, wash and sterilize them regularly according to their orders of the day. The observance of the sanitary rules is a very important requirement because the training can be successful only with a healthy, well-conditioned dog. Our students are accommodated in well-equipped collegiate and military districts which guarantee the opportunity to learn, relax and rest comfortably. Meticulous care is taken in acquainting citizens with our work. Therefore, our students and instructors hold police dog shows regularly and take part in kinological races, championships in this country and abroad. By watching our film, hopefully you're now convinced that our well-trained dogs, effectively aiding the police and safety authorities, are a direct result of the many decades of work in our institute, the accumulated extensive experiences, the introduction of new results of research and our training methods. Thank you for your kind attention. We intended to show you our work and convince you that the Hungarian Dog Trainers Academy is able to provide all that is essential for a well-functioning modern police dog service. If you feel that you can benefit from getting better acquainted with our results and experiences, please contact us about this. We are confident that a relationship based on cooperation can be established between our institutes.